Hello everyone, welcome. I thought today I would do a really quick video showing you 3 of my most used paintbrushes and how I make leaves with them and how different they look using these different paintbrushes. So first of all, I have this Vinci Casaneo paintbrush, which is kind of a mop, kind of thick paintbrush. Then I have a Faber Castell number 6, which I use very often, and it has a nice kind of pointy edge. And then a thinner pointy edge 2 Van Gogh Royal Talens number 4 paintbrush. And I will flip you around now and show you how I make leaves using these 3 differently shaped paintbrushes and the effect that it creates. So let's take a look. Okay, so I'm going to start with the mop brush, the Vinci Casaneo number 2 mop brush. And I'm going to go ahead and I've already pre-mixed some different greens here, and I'm just going to make a simple leaf and show you how it does. Okay, so I'm going to start with a bit of a point here. There we go. And there we go. Okay, let me make a couple more. So it's not too difficult to use this one to make a big leaf, obviously because of the size. If you're making a lot of smaller leaves, it's a little bit trickier. But see, with the pointed edge that it has here, if you just kind of angle your brush, it makes it pretty easy to do that little point at the top of your leaf. And the leaves look like this. And now let me just, because I feel like I should connect these to make a little plant. There we go. And then I'll move on to my second brush and see how we do. But these ones for big sort of leaves, I think is a really, really good choice. Okay, so now I'm going to move on to my Faber Castell number 6, which is a smaller brush. It does have a bit of a pointed edge, but it's a round brush here. And let's see how we do. And I'm going to dig into another green so that it's easy to see the difference between the leaves. Okay, so I'm dug in here. Made a little splatter. That's okay. I'm going to do the same thing. So I'm going to kind of angle my brush so that I get the nice pointed edge to help me with my shape. And then I'm going to close off my leaf like that. And it's actually not too different, but what it does give you is a little bit more ability to be precise. And that's because the brush is a little bit smaller, and also because that pointed edge is very kind of thin and well structured, so it makes it kind of easy to do that. So let me see, let me make 1 or 2 more. There we go. Okay, and I will connect these just because. There we are. Yeah, so that was a pretty nice effect as well. And now I'm going to move on to the third brush, which is my Van Gogh number 4. And I like this one because it has a really, really well-defined tip, and it's smaller than the one I just used. So I like to use this one when I'm maybe working on some smaller pieces and I really want a little bit more precision in the shape of my leaves, a little bit less loose, let's say. Okay, so let me do this one here. I'm gonna do the same thing, kind of angle my brush so that it's almost perpendicular to my piece of watercolor paper. And then I'm gonna lightly press, apply a little bit of pressure and release. And see that really nice point? Can you see that? There we go. That makes a really nice leaf shape as well. But what you'll find is that with these 3 kinds of brushes, you can actually make similar leaf shapes. And I'm always using that same technique, which is, ooh, that's a lot of water. Apologies about that. Is that I'm starting kind of with a light touch, angling my brush so that I can really get the tip of the brush. And then I'm applying some pressure. And right when I'm done and I want to finish off my leaf, I'm releasing that pressure like so. Oh my goodness, you did not see that. Let me move you around. Here we go. And let's do that again. I got lost in what I was doing. Okay, let's do that again. So applying just a little tiny bit of pressure, but not too much, just to get the point. A lot of pressure in the middle of my leaf, and as I'm almost done my leaf, I'll release the pressure. There we go. So it's really a kind of point, press, release. And there we are. I'll make one more, making sure you can see this one. Here we go. And I really like this brush actually. For more detailed work, it's really a great choice. And you'll see when I do the branch here, it allows me to do a very, very thin kind of line There we go. Yeah, and I'll connect all of these. And there you have it. 3 different leaf shapes using my 3 different brushes. And these are really the brushes that I use quite often at the moment. So there we go.